state after state. In these 5 state assembly elections, 5 states are going to the polls. You will find a comprehensive rejection of the BJP. A comprehensive rejection. Now, don't ask me whether it is 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. What I'm saying is comprehensive rejection of the BJP. The Lok Sabha election is a big challenge. It's a big challenge for us. But we are confident that the economic distress is so acute and people are simply fed up with this politics of vendetta, politics of vengeance, politics of violence, politics of polarization, that I think they are beginning to say enough is enough. This is my reading of the situation. So, you're asking me, am I confident of 2024? Yes, I am confident of 2024. Remember, in 2004, India was shining. Do you remember? India was shining in 2004. Nobody gave the Congress any chance. But Dr. Manmohan Singh became Prime Minister in 2004.
Yes. Now,
Okay, and they don't relate to the assembly elections of Nazir. But I'll answer your question. The India Alliance is not for state elections. The India Alliance actually is A in India is alliance, so it is not right to call it India Alliance. The India grouping of 26 political parties is for the Lok Sabha election, is for the national election. It's not for, it was not for Madhya Pradesh, it was not for the state elections. So the seat adjustments, the seat understanding that has to be made will be made for the Lok Sabha poll. So we'll do it. We have enough time. We have a few months. On the question of prime ministership, let me say that elections in India are not between personalities. It's not a beauty contest of personalities. It is a choice between political parties. Political parties with symbols, with manifesto, with program. It's not, we're not choosing like America. We're not choosing an individual. We're choosing a party. And the party then decides who the prime minister is. So I think your question is a legitimate question, but a premature question.
yeah,
At some point of time, we have to recognize what the priorities are. The priorities of the people are price wise. The priority of the people is unemployment. The priority of the people is freedom from fear and intimidation. Questions that you have raised can engage historians, over a longer period of time. But I think the urgent issues which demand attention are peace and harmony in the state. We have seen what has happened in the Northeast. 100 and, today is 179. 179 days. Can you imagine? The Prime Minister has not spoken to the Chief Minister of Manipur. He has not met the MLAs of Manipur. He has not met political parties of Manipur. He has not met Union Minister of State of External Affairs, who is an MP from Manipur. And in 179 days, he has spoken for 4 minutes on Manipur in Parliament because opposition brought a no confidence motion against him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have spoken. And this is extraordinary. I mean, how can anybody even accept this situation? Your neighboring state of the Indian Union, a very important state, and there is social disharmony. there is social discord, there is violence, hundreds of people have been killed, crores of property has been lost, people are living in fear, all communities. And the Prime Minister doesn't even speak to the Chief Minister, doesn't speak to the political leaders, doesn't say anything. And Prime Minister has gone to all countries of the world. He goes and inaugurates Namo Bharat in every corner of India. But he cannot come to Manipur even for 5 hours, for 6 hours. So this is the mindset that we are fighting. This is the mindset that we are fighting.
Any other questions? Any?
For administration, what do you think is the solution to their conflict?
Any solution that is long term and permanent requires trust to be built. That trust has been destroyed. Any long term solution requires reconciliation to start. There is no reconciliation. Any long term solution requires the healing touch and outreach by the Prime Minister of the day. That is not there. So, before we talk of long term solutions, let us talk of what we can do in the short term. Build trust, start reconciliation, start outreach. Prime Minister should reach out, meet, talk to political parties, political leaders. How was the peace accord signed in Mizoram? It took 10 years. Negotiations started in 1976. 30th of June 1986, Mr. Lal Denga and Mr. R.D. Pradhan signed the peace accord. And remember what happened in the peace accord. The chief minister stepped down and became deputy chief minister. Mr. Lal Denga became chief minister. So it requires a different mindset. I don't want to get into what are the long-term solutions. But all I can tell you is there are autonomous councils. Have elections to the autonomous councils. Give autonomy to them. Give funds to them. Let them function. Hold them accountable. These are all part of the Indian Constitution. So implement the Indian Constitution in letter and spirit.
We'll take the last two questions.